Why endorse Trent Staggs?
We we need people in the Senate that are not just supportive in name of law enforcement issues, but somebody that's passionate about that, that sees what detrimental effects can happen when the law enforcement community is sacrificed. And it's that's something that we need there desperately.
So to flip it a little bit, why not endorse Mitt Romney?
In all fairness to Senator Romney, his camp has reached out. I've spoken with him on a handful of occasions over the years about law enforcement issues, kind of that sporadic contact, and it's not what we need. I mean, our assaults on officers are way up. Our the officers shot in the line of duty is way up. Um, we need we need people that are going to work with us and for us on at every turn. That when they look at any sort of social agenda, that they're going to look at it and go, how is this going to affect public safety as a whole? How is this going to affect the law enforcement profession? Not just on minor things. So I do have to give an acknowledgement to him. He didn't he didn't freeze us out by any means, but we need somebody that's going to advocate for us.
What other candidates have you endorsed? Who other candidates, I guess, which other roles have you endorsed in the past? Because it wasn't always roles for Senate, right? These were normally on
Right.
House seats.
Right. So the only other two primary elections that we came out and endorsed in the primary was our very first one was Congressman Chaffetz, big law enforcement supporter, and then recently Representative Burgess Owens, who uh, again, I mean, just a tremendous law enforcement supporter.
Why does the order endorse? I guess what's the reasoning behind it for the public to understand why you would throw this endorsement behind a candidate, a specific person?
I think it's important for people to for I think it's important for people that care about how law enforcement feels about current trends or anything like that. That there are candidates out there that share our hope for public safety, our hope for the future, our hope for the profession, and that we can keep it a profession rather than just a job, if that makes sense.
It does. How do you describe the state of things right now? Because obviously it ebbs and flows all the time.
It does. Unfortunately, I think the state of things are depending on what lens you want to look at it through. The lens that from an FOP standpoint is that we don't advocate for things that aren't good for public safety. Um, we don't if it's going to be good for us in the profession, then it has to be good for the public. If it's not good for the public, then ultimately it's not good for us. And that's the lens that we look at that through. And so when we look at a candidate, like we did with Congressman Chaffetz and Congressman Owens, people that are going to be responsive to both.
Just quickly going back to Mayor Staggs, what has your relationship been like with him over the years? Maybe not just yours, but in terms of the FOP.
We've got a great relationship with Mayor Staggs in everything that he's been able to be involved in. He's demonstrated his his support for the profession. I go back to the riots in 2020, and at a time when we were being attacked in the media, we had some bigger city mayors that were coming out and attacking law enforcement. Mayor Staggs, on his own, without any prompting or prodding from us, organized a coalition of mayors, city managers, city councils in a big show of support during that time when politically it probably wasn't the most politically expedient thing that he could have done, but he did the right thing at the right reason for the right reason at the right time.